Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Call Time Atlanta. Thank you for watching this episode and joining me on yet another episode. You may have noticed if you've watched the show that I've kind of been in hiding lately. Life has gotten in the way, some very good things, but some also not as good things. So I haven't been doing episodes like I used to regularly, but I wanted to do this special episode with you because there's two very special people here with me who are working on a project. It's the play Constellations. They are the producers and stars of the show, and they've got a really interesting story to tell. And I think it's so important that we support independent theater. So I'm going to introduce who we've got here today, and then we're going to go right into the play Constellations. To my left is Michael Howell. He is actually a friend. I know Michael from acting class, and I've known you for years. Actually,
2013, I think.
Really? Okay, so I've known him for a very long time. And Michael is an actor. He is a producer. He has actually appeared in television as well. He's been in one of the TV shows you've done as Fatal Attraction on TV One. And he has also done theater productions like The Bed, which is a long-form improv show that is kind of an ongoing show at the Robert Mello Studio. So please check that out the next time you get a chance to. I've seen the show. It's really wonderful. It's different every time because it's all improvised. You have also been in 5 Women Wearing the Same Dress.
Yes.
As the only guy.
I was the only guy.
And one thing that really stood out to me about your background was the show that you wrote, produced, and are starring in a documentary of your own.
Yeah, it's like a docudrama, and it's fully improvised. And I kind of came up with the general arc of the story, and then we just shot it and improvised our way through it and kind of let it evolve from there.
But it's a feature length.
It's feature length, yeah.
That is a ton of, just doing a short is a ton of work. So much respect to you for doing that. Yeah, and that's premiering when?
This coming year.
Also, we have Kimberly Hamilton. She is one of the producers of Constellations. And Kimberly, I read your bio, and you've been dancing since you were little.
That's right.
And you took your first acting class at age 9.
Yep.
So what got you into acting?
So I've always felt at home on stage since I started dancing when I was 3 years old. I just really loved performing live for people.
Mm-hmm.
There was some thrill, some awe that I got from it. And then when I started my first acting class, I just loved playing pretend and playing make-believe. And as a kid, it was just all fun and games.
Yeah.
And then as I got older and I studied acting more seriously through high school and college, I just loved the idea of touching lives in a positive way through theater, through the arts. Mm-hmm. So my passion just kind of grew from there.
Great. And this is your first time producing, correct?
Yes, for producing a play. Yeah.
All right. Well, welcome to Call Time Atlanta.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's talk about Constellations. Can you tell me what the theme, the overall idea of the show is?
Okay, so basically, it's 2 people, Marianne and Roland.
Mm-hmm.
Marianne's a theoretical physicist, and Roland is a beekeeper, and they're British.
Mm-hmm.
They live in England. And it's a multiverse view of all the different possibilities and the ways their lives could turn out and the situations that they're in with each other can turn out.
Okay, so it's basically a series of different scenes that unfold in different ways. It's kind of the same scene done 2 or 3 times, but it unfolds differently in each universe, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're all slightly different variations of the same scenes.
Okay.
You sort of see the same scene 4 or 5 different ways,
mm-hmm.
and then we move on to a new scene.
Okay. So what got you interested in doing this particular show?
Well, we were talking about doing a 2-hander. We were inspired by Jason Smith and Heather Rule, who did Blackbird. Mm-hmm. We were really inspired by them, so we thought if they could do it, maybe we could do something similar.
Yeah.
So we were reading through a bunch of different plays, and as soon as we started reading Constellations, it started with the licking the elbow bit, and it was, the characters were quirky and the concept was new agey and out there and obscure, and I just love doing non-traditional styles of theater. So because it was a non-linear play depicting parallel universes, that instantly grabbed my attention, and I thought it would be a challenge to play a character with glioblastoma, somebody who's losing control of their mind. I was fascinated by that, and I could totally see him playing Roland. I just thought that'd be fitting for his personality and his acting ability. And I just immediately, we both were just like sold as soon as we started reading the script.
Yeah, it was literally the first page
few lines
right.
of the play. Marianne's character comes up to Roland and she makes this offer of like, if you can lick your elbows, you can live forever. But no one can lick their elbows because no one can live forever. And then Roland's like, oh, okay, that's cool. So, and that's the beginning.
Yeah.
And it's the same scene kind of repeats 5, and we were both like, we got to do this. Anything's possible.
Right.
Yeah.
And people are going to be going home and licking their elbows or trying to lick their elbows.
I've tried it. It's hard.
I understand some people can actually do it.
Wow.
Yeah, some people can like dislocate their shoulders.
Oh, all right. I get squeamish about things like that. So yeah, we're doing it at a yoga studio, and I did want to talk about the setting a little bit because I feel like from what you've described and what I've seen, it really adds to the audience. Almost becomes a participant in a way in the show. And sometimes that's true with bigger productions, but in a smaller setting like this, it's almost inevitable that the audience is kind of joining in. So can you talk about that experience a little bit?
Yeah, one of the things we really liked about this space is the very small, intimate setting, because this play is about these intimate moments between these two characters. So we thought we wanted the audience to really feel a part and really feel connected to these characters' lives and the intimacy there. So that's one of the reasons we really like this space.
Yeah.
We're really connected and focused on each other the whole time, but the audience is there. It's not like
you get the energy from the audience.
There's a buzz in the room, and it's a closed-in space, and they kind of get to go along the ride with us in a way, and I think. We wanted actors and people like that, industry people to come, but we also wanted people to come that don't normally see theater and just kind of see, wow, you can do theater you can do theater anywhere.
Yeah.
You can, it doesn't have to be a linear story from start to finish. It can be, this is almost like, sometimes feels like a sketch show.
Kind of.
Because we're going back and forth so much.
Right, incorporating all these different perspectives from all these different directors. So it does sort of feel like, almost like a variety show in some ways.
So let's talk about that actually for a minute, because the story is a series of, like we've said, it's different scenes, but the same scene unfolding in different ways repeatedly. And then the story moves on, but you've got different directors for each universe, right? Correct?
Essentially.
Yeah. So how did you delineate what universe was what, and what was the logic behind hiring different directors to do all of them?
Well, the show is typically done not with multiple directors.
Right.
It's typically done with one person who kind of oversees the whole process of the different universes and merges and melts it together.
We thought it'd be nice to give our friends an opportunity to direct who haven't directed before. So some of the directors are experienced, and some, this was their first time directing, so we thought it'd be fun to give our friends an opportunity to direct certain segments. So we had everybody read the script and kind of pick out which sections inspired them. So whatever section they were inspired by, we get them the opportunity to direct, and it's been really fun just to have all these different voices in one piece.
Yeah, and it's like, we could have gone the route of one person's going to direct this universe. This person's going to direct that universe. We're going to assign universes.
Right.
We want to do that. We did a reading at a coffee shop in Decatur. We had some of them show up and they could watch us read it, and then like whatever inspires you. Yeah. You can pick a 20-page chunk. Yeah. You can pick one person does. We do a sign language in one part, and one person wanted the sign language.
Interesting.
Warren. Thank you for filming, Warren. And yeah, we just kind of let people do it, whatever they were inspired by. Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, it almost turned into sort of different stylistic choices, different genres.
Right.
So if you notice, like certain parts, it feels more like a British farce, and then it feels like soap opera, exaggerated theatrical acting, and then naturalism, realism, and then there's one part where we're doing a parody where we're just making fun of ourselves, doing satire. So all these kind of different genres, all these different universes in one piece was a challenge, but really, really fun.
It's like a big acting exercise. exercise.
Yeah. French dialogue.
Yeah.
So I do acting, so I totally
Yeah.
understand. I get what you're saying, but I feel like as a person coming in off the street who's not familiar with acting technique or your vision, could that approach be confusing to somebody, or how has it been received to like the non-acting community, by the non-acting community, I should say?
Yeah, it's been interesting to hear feedback from the non-acting community that came, and I was a little worried that it might feel a little too disjointed, because this play is going to be somewhat disjointed. It's different universes, and it's supposed to challenge minds and make you think, what is happening here? This is chaos and confusion.
Right.
That's kind of the whole point, that
Right.
the universe is chaotic and confusing. But fortunately, somehow it just kind of came together, and the two of us together kind of pulled it together. And the one theme throughout, I would say, is the one theme that pulls it together is love between these two characters.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we were hoping to establish this theme of love, this thread of love throughout the entire piece. And that's sort of what grounds the entire thing, is the love between these two characters.
Yeah.
And so far from what we've heard, that's been kind of apparent throughout.
Good.
Yeah, it's important for us to kind of maintain a connection throughout.
Yes.
Even though it's different universes, it's these two people, and the core of these two people is that they have a connection,
Right.
and that connection is the love is universal, and that carries through no matter what universe you're in. So it's expressed different ways, it's experienced different ways,
Right.
but we wanted that to always be there,
Okay.
and that was sort of the I guess the goal. Ultimately, I kind of
Yeah.
challenged all the directors with, like, find the love.
Find the love in
No matter
each
what.
scene, right?
Yeah, and I find that people who don't normally go to see theater, or are just kind of casual viewers of TV or film or whatever, they seem to respond the most to two people genuinely, authentically connecting and
Yes.
listening and just being present with each other moment to moment.
Before we wrap up, tell us where people can find you online, and then also the show. It's running through the 15th, so tell us the remaining dates for the show. By the time this airs, there will be 2 more opportunities to see Constellations. So take it away.
So December 14th and 15th, that's the last weekend of the show. We're actually making it a holiday theme. Lupus Kitchen will be serving holiday themed kombucha with this like slight festive flavor, peppermint, cinnamon, something like that. My friend Russell McLaughlin will be performing live music at the end of the show. It's an option to stay. He'll be doing some holiday songs and then some other original songs of his own.
Nice.
And then the very last night will be sort of like holiday karaoke for anyone who wants to come. So we'll do a little holiday twist in the show as well. You'll see that if you come. And really excited. You can follow the play on Instagram, Constellations Play, one word, and then Facebook, the Facebook page, Constellations Play.
Yes.
My personal Instagram is Kim_Ham22. If you want to follow me, and then you can talk about yours. Or
My Instagram is Michael Howell 223, so you can follow me. And I have some pictures. We have pictures. We did a photo run, so we have a bunch of photos. We're all over the social media, and you can find us. We also have a promo on YouTube that you can see. On, I think it's on your page.
just Google Kimberly Hamilton.
Kimberly
It's on
Hamilton.
my YouTube page. Lots of silly stuff on there.
And the venue,
Yes.
where the play is at.
Yes.
Yes. Indigo Yoga Studio. It's also called Indigo Wellness if you type it in on your Google Maps.
And that's in
In
Kirkwood.
Kirkwood.
Kirkwood. It's 2033 Hosea L. Williams Drive, 30317.
Well, thank you guys for coming on the show and being on this special edition of Call Time Atlanta. And thank you especially for giving me some background and a lot of good material to work with. We're going to have some clips of the play that, you will have already seen in this episode. So let those be your motivation to actually come see it in person. As I was saying earlier, I think it's great to go to a large, well-established theater and see, high production value and all that stuff. That's a wonderful experience, but there's something special about seeing a play like this where it's an intimate setting. The actors have done all of the work. They've produced and they're acting in it, and they've done all the legwork, the production. So they put their blood, sweat, and tears into it. And I think it's really important to support that kind of theater. And Atlanta has such a strong theater community and you guys are adding so much value to it. So thank you for coming on. check out the play Constellations, and I will see you on the next episode.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye. See the show.
Yeah, come see it.